Hello gamers, today I have something truly exciting to share with you. It's time to take your arcade gaming to the next level with AtGames Legends Pinball. Love this thing. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the incredible benefits that this machine has to offer. So without further ado, let's get flipping. AtGames Legends Pinball brings you endless gaming fun right at your fingertips. It's got over 100 classic pinball and arcade titles pre-installed, and you can relive these nostalgic moments while discovering new favorites. From classic pinballs to retro arcade hits, this machine offers a diverse library that'll keep you entertained for hours on end. In this short video, I'm going to tell you all the things I love about the AtGames Legends Pinball, or otherwise known as the ALP. I'm also going to tell you about some room for improvement that I'm sure they're going to address in their next version of this table. Let's start with my first reason. I'm going to call this 12 times 13 equals 156. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the amount of tables that I have on this AtGames Legends Pinball. I pretty much have had this since when it first came out, and I've gradually bought tables for it. I've bought in every table pack, and I actually have 156 pinball machines, virtual pinball machines, I can play on this machine in this little footprint. Didn't have to mod anything, just had to download them. And that to me is a tremendous value. As someone who's a huge fan of pinball, having all these machines just sitting in my home arcade, I'm loving it. 156 game pinball machine. They have a massive variety in their pinball selection. You got classics like Black Hole and Haunted House, Cactus Canyon, Centigrade 37. You got fun stuff like the Dr. Seuss tables. You've got tons of Magic Pixel table packs you can buy. You've got virtual pinball experiences from Taito, things like Space Invaders, Zookeeper, Rostan. It's just a really nice mix. And the Magic Pixel tables, there's so many that, you can just literally play a different one each time. So every time you step up the machine, it's kind of a different experience, but you're going to find tables that you're going to want to keep coming back to play. Add to that online leaderboards on all these tables, so you have competition. Sometimes AtGames runs contests. I mean, this is, if you want a nice virtual pinball experience that's real simple, this is a great option. When you're not playing pinball, why not play some Centipede on it or some Donkey Kong? Here comes point two. Point one was the store and the option to expand the library. And there's just a ton of fun stuff that you can download. And I've really enjoyed what AtGames has offered in virtual pinball, and they're just going to keep offering more and more, and the library is just going to get better and better. Okay, reason two, customization galore. I mean, personalization is the name of the game. The Legends Pinball gives you a lot of freedom to customize the gaming experience you want to bring to it. I mean, you can adjust table settings, you can tweak the ball physics, you can choose from different visual themes to tailor the gameplay to your liking, especially with the arcade games. You can scale them however you want on the pinball table. They've done a lot to put the power in the user's hands. You can bring your own pinball tables. You can play pinball tables from off of a computer if you want to. You can bring your own games. You can buy games from their store. You have easy access to new content when you want it. Another thing they got right is it has an authentic arcade experience. When you're playing it, it feels like a pinball. The screen is appropriately big enough. You can nudge and it works. There's an accelerometer inside the machine, which makes it more lifelike. The high definition display makes it good. It's a higher more powerful display than what Arcade 1-Up uses. That makes it better. Okay, the next thing I really like is I'm going to call this multiplayer madness. But you know, gaming is always better when it's shared with your friends online. And AtGames Legends Pinball offers multiplayer capabilities, you know, allowing you to challenge your buddies to try to beat their pinball scores. You can even play arcade games on ArcadeNet if you want to. You compete for high scores, bragging rights, and you know, it's a lot of fun. You know, competition brings the people together, makes the community smaller. So the multiplayer elements are a thing I like about the AtGames platform in general. The other thing I think they really got right with this particular pinball machine is the screen. The screen is great. It's high definition. It's the right size. It's not overly big. It's not too small. It's about the right size for a home visual pinball cabinet. I like the size of it. I like that it has an accelerometer so you can nudge. I like that it also has buttons so you can hit the buttons to do your nudging. Nudging is a massive part of the real pinball experience. If you're not nudging, you're not playing pinball. You know, you have to do that if you want to play pinball at a higher level. And nudging is implemented well on the ALP AtGames Legends Pinball. I think they did a pretty good job. Accelerometer works, or you can use the buttons. You know, it simulates the pinball experience pretty well for the price. You know, I mean, you gotta look at how much does it cost and what do you get for your money. The nudging is good, the screen is good, the playfield screen is very good. Build quality was pretty good. The machine went together easily. The main playfield is all assembled for you. You basically just have to put the legs on. After putting the legs on, you attach the back box using some provided thumb screws, and you attach a special cable that goes to the back box monitor. Overall assembly is very easy, and one of the most impressive things is they use real glass on the top of the pinball table, and that is a huge plus. Not to be a Grinch, but it's time to talk about some of the negatives of the AtGames Legends Pinball. And I don't want this to seem like I don't like it, but I'm going to talk about the things that I think they can improve. And first and foremost on my list is the back box. First of all, the back box display is too small, which they're going to fix on the next go around. Also, putting a marquee on the back box was a terrible decision. It puts a reflection right where you're playing. And so I basically have a very easy fix for that. I just got some painter's tape, put a little tape over, it's not permanent, and it basically mutes the color so I don't have to deal with a light shining right on the play surface of the table. But, you know, pinball machines, you know, they don't have marquees, you know, they have a back glass. So the whole marquee thing should be just ditched. The table's over branded a little bit. It says AtGames on it a bit too much in too many places. Other rooms for improvement. This machine sits way too low because they went with the angled main box design instead of the square box a real pinball table would have. That brings the buttons way low. You know, someone 6'2" that regularly plays pinball on real machines, it's just the setup feels wrong. It's all too low. So it needs to be a lot higher. So the button placement is bad. As far as durability, the machine's been pretty durable. I did have my control panel go out after about a year, and I did buy a new one for it, but you know, that was unexpected. But overall, quality's been pretty good. They are constantly updating the firmware. You know, in this image, you can see how the reflection would be right in your gameplay space. Quick look at the after footage of just putting some painter's tape over the display. It dims it enough that it really helps. Other things, as far as the table that could be better, the sound is kind of mediocre. I mean, it's all right, but you know, if you've experienced something like an iiRcade, you realize how much better it could be. As far as other things I wish they would improve, the haptics are terrible. I mean, I literally disconnected them. I just found them created a bunch of buzzing. It's not realistic. You know, you got to go with solenoids if you want a more realistic feeling pinball. At least especially on the flippers to give it that real pinball feel. But overall, I'm going to say for me, this has been a must-own machine. If I look at all the machines I have in my arcade, this is one of my most played machines, always has been. And I enjoy it. So even with all these things that could be better, this is still one of my favorite machines that I own. You know, I'd probably rate it like a, you know, because the quality of the screen and the playfield's so good, I would still probably give it like a 8.5 to 9 out of 10. But there's room for improvement for sure, and hopefully we'll see it on the next generation. There you have it, folks. The AtGames Legends Pinball, in my opinion, is the ultimate home arcade pinball. It's affordable. It's the everyman's visual pinball. Can't go wrong with having this machine. It's one of my most played machines in my arcade, and I plan on upgrading to the next model when it comes out. So when you're ready to level up your home game room with a pinball machine, you couldn't go wrong with this one. You know, what do you think of this fantastic machine? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you won't miss any future gaming adventures. Until next time, happy gaming and stay legit.